One more map between these two sides, paiN Gaming and Evil Geniuses. And after a tight affair on Inferno, we had a bit of a stomping on Nuke. But who's to say what Mirage will bring, John?
I think it's going to be another tightly contested affair. Junior's going to get a couple, and Hex drops Skulls right off the docket. 1:32 on the clock, but it's only paiN having 2 players left.
I love this pistol round. I wonder whether this was just a counter call to what they expected out from paiN, right? Because the aggressive A ramp and balcony presence gets completely countered by how just quick they were in towards mid. Has to be a read on that one. And paiN, well, yeah, they're not going to be able to do anything into this. It's honestly worth saving what little they've got.
Yeah.
You know, they like a cheeky second-round investment, so see if they can keep this armor kit couple flashes forward in the future. Falco might cause problems with that. He's got the right idea. He's got confirmation now about where a player's coming from, but Hardzal kind of has the reads here. Nekiz dueling off. Hardzal gets his kill. That confirms it. Nekiz able to be away. And indeed, they will save both of these players into the next round.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Obviously, as you mentioned, it's a kit, some armor, some util. Hey, look, take whatever you can get. And it will be a force buy as well for paiN. So let's see if they can strike back into this one with a second round victory, or if Evil Geniuses can convert off the pistol round, and then if they get this one, it will be a lot easier in the follow-up because paiN will be on the full-on eco. Xavi watching with the scout here. It looks like the execute's going to come towards the A site again. I mean, that was one of the faster executes we've seen from the Evil Geniuses, right? Usually they wait a lot longer on their pistol rounds, but they went right on forward. And it worked out. Xavi's going to tag Walco, though, and he finishes him off with another shot. George does get the immediate trade, but they have to be cautious here about going to the safe site. Now knowing that the scout is there, they need a smoke for CT, and they have one. It's not getting thrown, and yeah, indeed, George getting taken down to 22.
Hardzal here by the van as well. Isolated fights. This is where he thrives. That deep shot's not going to connect. Fortunate, I think, for Hex, but there's utility here to slow him down. And they're actually trying to group to maybe take some mid control, it looks like. Minute on the clock. Still got a decent amount of utility for whatever they do choose to do, so it is going to be mid. So open up a lot of options for them. The bomb shifting into the apartments. Was a smoke here? There's still a smoke here. Hardzal might make this very difficult for them to get out. 35 seconds. Here comes the execute. It's going to be the pinch in towards B. Heavy presence here on the plat. Hardzal's going to have to burn that smoke. Started ticking the Molotov. He knew it. Pressure on. Close up by these pistols. The shots land for Nekiz. Time is low. Oh, there's still this player, Plat. Hardzal never had to shift. They had no idea. And it's now all just down to Junior, who's trying to recover such a tough situation. He will be dropped. So again, paiN in these second rounds are so very deadly.
Yep, it's a recurring story. There's no question about it for this paiN Gaming side. And the force buy pans out wonderfully. It's a stark contrast to the way EG usually play their CT sides in round 2, which is a save. They don't want to invest too heavily, and they will keep their money for the follow-up round. But paiN, they just want to hit the ground running as soon as possible with that investment, and it pans out again. 4 Deagles, a Tech 9, and 2 pieces of util here for the Evil Geniuses, and they're going to try and take some space up mid. Walco likely going to be first contact, and he's got a couple of players looking in this direction. Now Big Uzera looks away for a moment. This should be an easy frag, and it is. Xavi, the follow-up, almost found as well as Junior gets taken down to 34 HP. Now he's going to fall back as Evil Geniuses. Yeah,
nope.
No.
Never mind.
Skulls takes them both down.
Got exciting for a moment, right? The dink on the initial one. If the ramp player could peek and clear that up, I mean, there's a world where something happens, but no. So, Junior, try your luck somewhere. Provided they don't give him the freest deeg shots of his life, this should be a done round. Maybe Skills dies. Or the trade should be instant. That Skulls won't even do him the justice of dying.
Skull's been pretty solid in the anti-ecos tonight. That's another little multi-kill round for him. 2-1 in favor of paiN after Evil Geniuses pulled off a very nice pistol round. after that fell by the wayside. Took way too long to go for their execute right in round number 2, and that gave paiN more and more of an advantage the longer Evil Geniuses waited. And of course, you know, they had all the bodies there as well. They just a unfortunate situation for EG, and now paiN Gaming likely on to 3 because it's just locks and a flashbang. Flashbang, excuse me.
Well, it goes blank blank.
Yeah.
And Nekiz spots a few players. That's a little awkward. Bigu keeping him clean. All good. All right. What a bodyguard, Bigu Zera. Says, get down, Mr. President. I got this one. Ooh,
Except technically,
oh, go ahead.
Isn't he the president, right? He's the IGL.
I guess so. But, you know, sometimes you gotta... Maybe
he doubles as a bodyguard.
He's the captain, stepping to the forefront of his squad, saving his man from certain danger. I mean, I was looking at that and going, oh, Nekiz is gonna die top mid with all that util wasted. I mean, I could get something up. But now Big Zera is just there in the nick of time. Why not?
I mean, they had the window player 2 in Zevi, right? So it's fine.
I mean, now you've got this tremendous situation where just nobody's died in a couple of rounds. 2 rounds back-to-back, no death. A lot of bank built up for a CT side.
Oh, yeah. This is a phenomenal start for paiN to Mirage.
This is kind of a bonus round, but also kind of not, because everyone's got a rifle. Technically. Sevi, a bit of a tough spot. Yeah, there's just no way out, and Nekiz has to be careful not to get caught in the same position. That's always the risk. The underpass lurk comes through nicely there to catch Zevi and prevent him from slipping away.
Yeah.
It's a very risky setup. paiN this time, it doesn't work out for them.
And they still got 4 bodies up, and Nekiz is on life support.
Because there has a
Geniuses
really aggro angle into ramp as well. He's got this vision.
Yeah.
Tough to hold this with a Fama, but he's going to try, and, well, okay.
Whoa.
Hex had no idea. Nekiz just walks through. Hex comes out of underpass. Apparently never saw him. Big kill from Walko, though. Puts pressure onto this A setup. That's a big find from Bigu Zera. Now he can fight to defend it. He can actually just fade into it. Hard Zhao, meanwhile, cleaning up the bodies here from jungle. As quickly as it looked like it was good for EG, it has fallen apart.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Hex gets spotted out there, not looking the right direction. They're just literally right next to each other. And that's just a tough situation again for EG, or on for the save. Junior and Walko saving an op and an AK into round number 6. But this one, I don't know. paiN taking the early control. Their economy is just flourished right now. It's, what is it, a 10K for Bigu? Everyone else was above 8K or almost so. Coming into this round, Nekiz a little bit lower perhaps, but either way, wow, what a start for paiN. So EG have a bit of an uphill climb here. Far from over, a lot of Counter-Strike left to be played in Mirage. But a few too many mistakes in the early goings. Walko and Hex looking to work underpass. And no, backing off of it.
I mean, it's a classic
Just,
for EGT sides, right? There's like a minute where just not a whole lot is happening.
Nothing's happening, yeah.
I mean, they're now... the late mid aggression worked last time, so it seems like it's the same idea. paiN maybe getting a bit caught by this. Utility to set of Nekiz getting a bit aggressive off it. He's ahead of the flashbang, and he's going to punish this. First one found. The underpass presence is punished as well. This works out beautifully for paiN. Rush will bring it back to a 1v2, but look at his health. 18 points.
Yeah.
It was a full commitment in towards mid for paiN, but it still winds up working in their favor. There's the possibility Hard Zhao gets a little bit caught off. But he hasn't died yet. He hasn't been caught off yet, and he doesn't plan to now.
No, I think he's got a pretty strong position going in towards market. And now he'll be able to watch. Oh, it looks like Rush actually wants to go towards the A site. He might be able to sneak through.
Yeah.
because you have Zevi pushed up
They're-
all the way towards ramp.
They're both playing in such a way that it is very unlikely they get caught without, being able to see what's happening. They're basically
Yeah.
both playing to hear the tick of the bomb. And now with the smoke out, now Zevi realizes, and the USP is plenty. He knew Rush was tagged up, so they do bring the round through.
Good job. Yeah, you're right. I mean, obviously they were playing for the bomb plant to come through, but still there was a world where he might have been able to get that bomb plant, but Zevi was just having none of it, and paiN pick up their 5th. Looking at that economy for EG, I don't know. This is going to be a weird buy. It is a weird buy. So you got a couple of AKs purchased up, a Tech 9, a Deagle, and a P250. It still keeps their economy relatively healthy as well for the follow-up round with that full loss bonus in play. So interesting. Take a little bit of a chance, get a couple of rifles in there, but still conservative enough that it won't punish them in the follow-up. So info hopping. Incendiary going to be thrown to deny the jump through the window. EG spam too. They're giving away so much information. Hardzow connects on the rear end of George, gets him down to 60. George will tuck around that corner, and Evil Geniuses, as a result, are actually going to completely fade off this apartment's presence. Hex does stick around, but everyone else is gone.
They're going to redouble their efforts. Minus utility now. They've got a single smoke.
Yeah.
They're realizing, it's like, what are we going to do? Take A with one smoke?
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
No flashes here. This could just be a massacre. Hardzow on the initial angle. Neki's right below him. It's possible they get waterfalled on and this gets a little awkward. First player out. God, they're just so good. They're just so damn good. Talk about bullet economy. Talk about not wasting a shot. Oh, Junior at least gets one, but what is Walco even doing? What's the point of Walco's play right here? Damage, I guess? It's not like they were going to bail out with that much time with no utility with the full commit out window. He's just trying to come in to be the lurk to win this, but 15 seconds, he needs to die.
Yeah, I think it works in terms of his positioning if they're successful in their waterfall.
You can't win. They should just clock him. Ah, they gave him the fight. That is a mercy. That is a mercy gifted to him. Honestly, that was such a prime opportunity to clock him.
Yeah. Either way, look, I mean, like I was saying, Walco, the idea, of course, is that he'll come in as reinforcements if those 4 players are successful in getting on the site, but odds of success were so low because, like you said, no flashbang, only the smoke available to them, and they could have used the smoke to maybe guys that are advanced a little bit more, decide against it, and yeah, they send a couple players out of the window, and then Big Uzera just lines them up and knocks them down in the apartments. So nothing doing for EG. But now here comes the full-on buy, at least in terms of rifles. 4 AKs in the op, utility a little lighter because of how they invested in that previous round. Need to be wise about how they deploy it. Hext, first contact again in the apartments. Molotov toss, likely an audio cue heard there, perhaps. And that's not even the primary destination for EG anyway. They have the mid control. Smokes are good. Zevi's watching over the tippy top of it for Cat, so maybe he spots out a frag here, and indeed, there you go.
Yeah, no pressure on towards A, so there's nothing to distract his focus, and Zevi always gonna hit those. Hex is tagged up in the apartments as well, so they've got this mid control, but the question is that next step. What are they gonna do with it? At this point, the utility's gone. They've got a flash and a molly, and that is it for the Evil Geniuses. This isn't Inferno where you could play it out so late. You need to have something for this execute. They're going to put a lot on this mid presence. It's going to get them nothing. George late on the lurk. He's dropped. He was trying to move ahead to create a little bit of space to find a nook to work his way into, but just done nothing to dent this defense. I mean, they haven't even seen Big Uzera skulls yet, right? These guys have been playing in sandwich and under balk, and there's been nothing to pressure them. That molly misses? Rush. Fella. All right, I guess this is a save. It's a really
this is
awkward spot to be saving.
They don't have anything to execute with, so yeah.
It's max loss bonus, though. You just, at this point, why? Why save? It's just going to hurt you in the long run, I guess. I mean, you're winding up in all of these rounds where you just don't have the utility necessarily.
Yeah, it's going to get a little bit rough. Wildco obviously will have likely a full util set. So when you have George as well with almost that, maybe they can drop.
I mean,
Some,
that save,
know.
you can't really blame him because I missed Molotov. You can blame him for the
Yeah,
missed
yeah.
Molotov. That's egregious.
But
once that hits, you do kind of have to save. Zevi gonna strike first, and the second as well. So good here towards mid. That op just punishing, and as Walko tries to take the op out, Biguzera will tag him up and drop him down. All into Hex now.
oh, jeez.
Teammates gone by the wayside. Rush just trying to make a play out of the palace, and this is feeling a little bit desperate. So Hex in a 1v3. It's a 1v4 till he found the first, but this would take the ace clutch. And in the meantime, Nekis has worked his way around.
You know, as Hex is going to go down here to Nikki's. Honestly, this is the time when you have to simplify things if you're the Evil Geniuses. I know they like to think things through and take their time and really go for these back and forth rotations and try to outthink their opponents, but just go for something, a straight execute, straight play onto A. Yes, it might be something that's readable, but at least give yourselves the opportunity to win the round and go for some duels and just try to win some 1v1s against paiN. That's it. A execute, go for it. It's a pistol round right now. Try for something a little more straightforward. Looks like that's the idea here, Mike, as they are indeed just going to toss their util up and go for the fights onto Ace. Skull's a little isolated, but he's got support from Biguzera and the Opera over in jungle. But there it is! George gets the opener onto Skulls. Bigu a little bit isolated because that smoke likely going to yield a bomb plant here to the Evil Geniuses. Hard sal from CT. They're not watching this, Mike. They have to turn around. Now they do, but it's too late. George only checks it thinking that no one would be there. In fact, two players here. Double off,
haven't planted yet?
Why not?
Opportunity might be missed here.
There
they've got a resmoke on towards Con, so I guess it's going to be okay. Wandering around in mid. What is happening? What is Hex looking at? Biguzera was checking top mid. That was such a huge opportunity, but Hex was so focused on the window that now this round slips away. First bomb plant we've had in who knows how long. And the opportunity is going to be missed here. Walker will connect on the one, but he is a dead man from atop the trash can. Nekis will make sure to take out this round, and paiN immediately with the response, despite losing the site, losing the numbers, having so much space under control for EG, they just can't hang on.
It's so strange. It's so strange, right? George peeking around CT. No one was watching it at all, right? 4 bodies up and no one has eyes on in CT, and there's a double op setup just waiting there. George peeks around. When he does, he goes down for the count. He went a little too wide on his information peek, and then afterwards Hex, again, for the second time, I think, in this half, not looking too aware.
The first one was understandable. Player gets up apartments or up underpass, you get caught off. That happens a lot. This second one, I mean, he's laser focused in towards window. In isolation, either one is excusable. It's fine. It's just in this situation, we've had so many miscues from EG. Now George just makes it happen himself. Just rocks up Cat, jumps up, gets a kill. This is what they need.
That was the positive I wanted to bring up, right? Yes, they didn't win the round, but they went for a simple execute onto the A site, won the duel. George found the entry in that previous round. He's got it again here. They need to do a little more of that and win the duels, give themselves, put themselves in situations to potentially come out with the win.
Rush is in such a tough spot on this smoke fade. He's committing further into it. They're watching for it. He gets a kill. That's huge, honestly. Skulls trades it out 1-for-1, but the kill is massive. And now they got this position here from Hex. He's threatening. He's dueling. Taking out the ramp player. Zevi gets caught. Doesn't realize Junior's close at hand. So this should finally be around on the board for the Evil Geniuses. And indeed it is. Junior secures it. There we go, EG. And they get through with 3 alive. Now we've got a game on our hands.
Absolutely. Well, maybe. Second round picked up. The money is ridiculous for paiN, Mike. Like, they can buy up for the next 2 rounds, no problem. So they're going to get a full-on buy-up. Good job by Evil Geniuses. Just go into mid, take that early control. They were doing a job getting control of mid anyway prior to that with the good utility usage, but this time they go out and throw the util, and the bodies are out as well. So they get that opening frag, and then everything really starts to go their way once they actually decide to execute towards A. Naki's going to get the opener, though. He is boosted up over the lip of the wall, and now he's going to retreat back into connector. No trade found for EG. Oh, no, and it gets worse. Rush gets spotted out an underpass as Biguzera goes for the repeak.
This one's unraveling. This one is totally unraveling here. Little pogo jumping coming through from Hardzao. Just waiting for the information. Got a teammate with him as well. Ooh, wanted to get up. Isn't punished. Molotov down. Pressure on. But there's at least a moment for EG. A little bit of a bulkhead to fight from. And indeed, George will bring down one. Got a read on the second as well. Tries to spam over, but he's losing teammates in the meantime. And George, he's going to make it all happen himself. He's done with this. He's tired of this. He wants to make these rounds his own. Junior, tag down low. Smoke to give him a little bit of cover. Big Uzair is going to try and operate around it. Oh, this is spicy. As soon as he spots something. There it is. There's the kill. All onto Junior now. And the op dancing with the devil of two. And it's Big Uzair all the way. Didn't even need Zevi to get out the window.
Yeah, and the economy keeps on flowing here for paiN. So, yeah, EG obviously not looking too great into that round after they finally found that second one. But they will still be able to buy up here with 3 AKs, the Galil, and the AWP in full util for everyone except for Junior. Interestingly, I think this might be off positioning. Hex is going to have the op in his hands. Maybe going to go for the early peek out of the apartments? Yes, that is why. And he's down to 63 HP, and there's the peak, and another nade comes through, now down to 36. He has to get the heck out of here. Probably going to trade that op with Junior now. And there you go. So, nothing found at all on the early attempt to get a peek into B. All right, I guess the one problem here is with Evil Geniuses, they don't like that fast tempo play to be used regularly, and they're more comfortable with the slow pace play, so they can't use it too often.
Better be a flashbang. It's not going to catch Zevi. So he's going to get a kill. The second comes through as well as Neki's vision is clear. And this mid take is disastrous for the Evil Geniuses. 2 bodies down. I mean, they've got 1 smoke for a take, but it's in mid as well, so George can't even really deploy it. At least not until he finds a kill. And now his position's been confirmed. Doesn't catch his. Get the smoke down in towards jungle at the least. He's got to try and set up his teammates to get out these choke points. And in the meantime, it's Skulls who's going to be waiting for them. There's a gap in the smoke. That's going to be punished so heavily by Big Uzair. And, well, opportunities are slipping fast by them. Big Uzair dropped at the least, but that is the only casualty here. paiN Gaming are just punishing Evil Geniuses at every turn.
Yeah, not losing many bodies in the process, right? I mean, most deaths here in 13 rounds is 7 for Skulls. Everyone else at 6 or below. And the money is flowing as a result. Man, oh man, nothing EG can do here, it seems. Everything they try is just getting rebuffed. You know, they tried to go back to the slower pace play in that previous round, and immediately, as soon as they come out to mid, 2 bodies down, gone. So, back to the pistols they go. 1 MAC-10 in the hands of Rush. You kind of want him to be the first or second out. And here comes another quick play. This time, could work out with the pistols. It happened last time that they were able to section off Skulls. The reinforcements are good this time. It's not going to be as easy. Skulls gets the opener. Could get a second for himself as well. Actually, no. Rush manages to section him off with the MAC-10, and the nade doesn't do as much damage as they might have hoped. And Hardzao misses the shot, not the second.
It's a second bite at that apple. It was a risk, certainly going through. Bomb's still not down. These nades are making life so uncomfortable. And now X is gone, and once the smokes are gone, so are their chances.
It's really tough not having a smoke section off CT, right? And Rush is gone. Junior's got the bomb, and he can't plant it. I was going to say, why aren't they planting the bomb? But then realized, of course, they don't have the ability to guise off all of the angles.
Yeah, they had enough cover. We've seen a couple of these moments now where you have something.
I was
down
trying to
in
give
A.
you the benefit of the doubt, Mike. Come on.
but here's the thing about Mirage.
I get what
right?
you're saying.
Once, yes, maybe you don't have all the smokes, and that stinks. It's great to take sight with all the smokes. But if you only have some of the smokes and you have, multiple bodies up on the site who can sort of take the fight with CT, and you can try and plant maybe open to con, you've got to. If you wait till the smokes are gone, no chance. No world.
Yeah.
Not a possibility.
No, I mean, there were definitely moments where they could have gotten the bomb planted. I was just, yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. It's
tough.
just been
It's
a
tough.
really lackluster T side. They've been wanting the advantages, and they've not been finding them. Big Uzera will take the kill top mid. Skull's dropped. That is a lot of the A presence gone. The rally back in is going to be here. They'll smoke off Con C. Here's the prime opportunity. They need to plant right now. They're plotting towards CT. Everything's working in their favor, but Hard Zao is going to take that presence out. They'll get the bomb down at the very least, but this is the last round. That's no longer the objective. Now you have to win. So, Junior, with that AWP, what do you got for us? He's got to be the big performer here. George is set up in Palace as just the key insurance piece. Junior will take the first. That's the way to get her started here. Kill's already on the board for him. But he's forced out into the open. The utility is punishing, and he is dropped low. All onto George. He's already been spotted. He's been tagged up, and he has been eliminated. 13-2, going to be the scoreline. paiN are not missing a beat here on Mirage. (13-2), an absolute battering in the first half as Evil Geniuses look shell-shocked. They had such a commanding, nice, crispy pistol, and then from there on out, nothing again looked that confident. So paiN, punishing. I mean, they're a phenomenal Mirage team, and they're going to rock on through into this one. read here for EG. They got the bodies in the right place, but let's see if they can get the execution. Nice kill for George. Need some more of those. Won't have them. A rush.
Rush.
Some noise. Still the presence on Cat. This is huge.
Oh.
Rush now drop. They can plant anywhere they want. And I think Walco's even been confirmed on his position, so they know where he is. There's not a whole lot Walco can hope to do. And from the underpass, Big Uzera will catch him off guard.
Suffice to say, Mike, not the scoreline I expected going into the second half of Mirage. I mean, I painted that picture at the beginning. It's going to be a close, tightly contested affair. And then, well, Evil Geniuses unfortunately didn't really show up in that first half. And just so much hesitation, just in even getting the bomb planted, right? We were trying to talk about it at the end of that half. But, you know, they went onto the bomb site several times. And it even happened on Nuke, right? When they were on their eco rounds. They're just too methodical, trying to clear out too much. And by the time they do so, their smokes fade and they don't have the opportunity to get the bomb planted. So, anyway, 14-2. paiN Gaming's playing pretty well to get this advantage, but I feel like it's more EG stuff than those. Bigu is going to get one. Hardzao gets a second, and Rush does manage to push up and get himself a frag, but I mean, it's still paiN's advantage here.
Certainly is. Certainly is. George, what do you got for us? If his position's overlooked, maybe there's something that can happen with this 5-7, but it won't be. Junior will connect one over Ticket. But a smoke goes out to plant the bomb. Neckies can get the numbers punched in here. Opportunities are now scarce. 2-5-7s fighting back through from Ticket. They're going to try and make the desperate play because they need something. But with that damage on the Hex, they're actually just going to save what little they've got to try and fight for 13 rounds of overtime. They're out of here.
Oh my goodness.
I guess the idea is that Junior will wait around here by Murder Hole and see if a gun gets hand delivered to him, but otherwise it's 2 sets of armor, 1 kit, a single flashbang, and 2 5-7s. Taken into the next round.
Not much, basically.
No. But to be fair, they will have very little to work with into these next, so the sets of armor at least allow them to maybe put a little bit more emphasis into the utility, into the weaponry. It's something doing.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, they did manage to get an A1S in the mix, so a little bit of a creative buy needs to come through here. And at the end of the day, it's not terrible because of those 2 saved pistols. You got a couple of FAMASas, the A1S, the MP9, and the 5.7, with Walco carrying the majority of the util. He's gonna maybe spread that around his team, but it's not too bad.
It's something. It's
They
something.
need an opening frag.
Let's see what they get. Ooh, the swing out. That's so bold from George. Tried to just take command here. Walker will be able to trade it with a 5-7 of all things, and he's got utility to potentially punish top mid. But the problem is the counter nades from paiN are lethal, so no peeks can come through. Those mollies are swift. We got the bricks boost. I don't mind this with the FAMAS. Let's see if it can work. paiN Gaming are putting a little bit of time into this. Injecting just a touch of space. Waiting to see if EG make a play.
$50 left, all quiet here on the server right now. paiN sending 3 players top mid, which is being given to them right now. 1 player in the apartment, so the end result is a B hit. And the question is, can they section off these 2, now 3 players, to gain the space they need to get the round and the plant?
What's out with this toe hold? They're not looking for him. They're not looking for him. No one's focused in. Hex to big kill from Get Right now. Hardzao has been revealed, but Hex looking the wrong way at the wrong time. He's just got to keep focused. His teammates are giving up that space, and so Hex kind of gets left out to dry. He's becoming very uncomfortable. Junior, though, they thought that might have been cleared by the Molotov. Now he's ticking, but he'll be okay, at least for the moment. I don't know what to do for the moment. All on the rush. No armor, no life, no chance. paiN Gaming leaves no doubt in our mind about who's the better team here. Absolute domination on Mirage. Never even allow EG into the map. They completely snuff them out. The individuals on point, the play on point, the coordination. It's everything that we expect from paiN, right? Which is that you're...